speaking hypothetically. Study this extract from the interview and answer the questions below. So I'm going to read it and then you're going to answer the question. Interviewer, how many of the contracts that you bid for do you expect to win? We'd expect to win about 1 in 3. So, which verbs are in the conditional?
Conditional. The conditional is if, right? If we did maybe would accept,
Expect, would
uh,
expect,
yeah, expect, would hope.
would hope. Exactly. So, from this context, you see that it's not real, right? He's talking about some potential
Mhm.
realism, so some potential time that it's not. So he's talking what if, right? But he doesn't use the if clause directly because he says
Directly.
what if we win about 1 in 3. We would expect, okay?
Mhm.
And if you have to ask, is William talking about past, present, or future time? So, William, is he talking about present, future, or past?
He's using would, so
So,
it's but.
is it?
No. Wait. And you would hope to accept. No, it's at a future actually. Accept. Would hope.
Yeah.
Future.
Technically, it is future, but again, imaginary future. So, it's not a plan, it's like expectations, which is completely. When you remember conditions with if, we have only two real conditionals. But we have two unreal where we talk about hypothetical, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, if I won $1 million, I would buy a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we use would in unrealistic situation. Unrealistic at this moment, right? Meaning, if I tell you,
Okay.
if I
Mm.
won $1 million, I would buy a house. So it's hypothetical. This is hypothetical.
Yeah.
You can write down
Mm-hmm.
the word hypothetical or hypothetically. It is potential. In case I won $1 million, what I would do, but I don't have $1 million now. The question is
Mm.
if I'm ever gonna have it. I'm just talking what would I do if that happened. Like if I were
Mm-hmm.
married, I would live in a house. If I were a man, I would, I don't know, travel more than I don't know. I would whatever, right? I would play
Mm.
football, right? It's
Mm.
not possible to change it. We are here where we are, so it's impossible. So this would is actually the conditional. And to tell you the truth, it's the second conditional. Okay?
Okay.
Uh, so that would be, it's kind of like they omit the if clause. They didn't put it. Technically, we could say if we bid for the contract, we would expect to win about
So
one in
but one and
three.
three.
So they just deleted the if clause and they just used the
Mm.
second clause would,
The second. Mm-hmm.
right? So that
Mm-hmm.
means would happen or would be happening, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try. Do you understand? I mean, do you want?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's try maybe to speak hypothetically about the present or future. You use the second conditional. Okay, we just talked about it. This is formed by
Mm.
if or unless plus past simple tense, would, could, might plus infinitive. Okay? If
Okay.
a customer didn't pay, past simple, we would stop giving them discounts. So it's in a case that the customers are still paying, but in
Mm-hmm.
case this happens, we would note that
Mm-hmm.
in this type of sentence, either was or were can be used as the singular past tense of be. However, were, a subjunctive form, is more formal. If the company were to go bankrupt, it would have hung implications. Okay, I'm going to explain this. To speak
Yes.
hypothetically about the past, you use the third conditional. So the third condition is for the past. This is formed by if, unless plus past perfect tense, would have, could have, might have plus past participle. If we hadn't landed the new contract, we might have had to make some staff redundant. To apply it to your situation, if your manager hadn't entered the meeting, you might have, or you would have finished the meeting completely in English.
Yes.
It's hypothetical. We don't know that for
Yeah.
sure. We
Yes.
just assume, you assume that your manager made you nervous, but we cannot say it was in the past. You cannot change it anymore. That's why it's also
Yeah.
hypothetical, but you assume it. So if my manager hadn't entered the meeting, I would have completed the meeting perfectly, right? In English. So it's hypothetical. We don't know for sure because we cannot change.
Yes, exactly.
Often this is it. Often the conditional clause starting with if or unless is understood and therefore omitted. Omitted means deleted. It's not mentioned. Okay.
Okay.
That means how would you deal with a customer who didn't pay? I'd be very careful to give him every chance to pay. We understand the conditional clause. If this situation arose or if this happened, I would be very careful. But we don't have to say it. You just say the second part. I would be very careful.
Mhm.
Okay? Don't worry,
Yes.
we're going to return to the blackboard and write it all down. I just want to read this part from the book.
Okay.
If one part of the sentence speaks about the present or the future and the other part about the past, you can mix second and third conditionals. Okay, we're going to come to the mixed conditional. Let's first go and discuss the second and third conditional. So,
Okay.
first of all, second conditional and third conditional are both unreal. Okay, second conditional. It's considered like, I think, present or future unreal conditional, because some books mention it as second conditional, some as unreal, present unreal. Okay,
Mhm.
conditional. The structure is if or unless plus past simple. Now this structure is important, so yeah, you will have to think and study a little bit, but don't worry, it's not difficult. Past simple, would, could, or might, and I would, yeah, because it's modal verb, verb simple, right?
Okay.
That means if I won $1 million, I would travel the world. Now, it doesn't change if she won
$1 million. She would
$1 million.
travel the world.
Exactly. She would travel the world. I just want to show you that we don't add s or anything depending on the subject, okay? So
Okay.
it's the same for any subject because we use this modal would. Anytime we have any modal verb, can, could, would, the verb after it is simple, okay? And
Okay.
I believe with your experience and with your knowledge, you can already feel that this sentence is hypothetical. This is hypothetical. It's
Yeah.
not realistic
Yeah.
at this moment. We are just talking what would we do.
Mhm.
Uh, let's hear you. Think about example in your own situation. For example, what would happen? What would you do if you got a sudden promotion tomorrow?
Um, if I got promotion,
A promotion
a promotion, I would celebrate till the morning.
until the morning. Until morning, actually, not without the.
Until
Until morning. The morning, sorry. You're right. Until the morning. Okay. If I got the promotion, I would celebrate until the morning. Exactly. And now, based on this, you see why it's hypothetical. It's impossible that you're going to get it tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Right now, it's not. But what would you do in this situation, right?
Okay.
As you see, in answering the questions, we can skip the if clause, right? If I ask you, like, what would you do if you got a promotion, right? Your answer doesn't have to be if I got a promotion. You can just say, I would celebrate until the morning. So this is your hypothetical thinking and
Mhm.
speaking, okay? Uh, it's applicable also in the companies. We will finish some of the exercises there, but you can say like again in your presentation. Probably you could have used it, but we didn't use it. For example, uh, if we digitalized all the employees' files, we would save a lot of money,
Mhm.
right? Or
Mhm.
if we communicated better with what's the name of the company that you collaborate with?
Boba,
So
boba, boba.
Bupa, yeah. If we communicated better with Bupa, our employees would have a better would have medical insurance immediately, right?
Yes. Mhm.
It's also hypothetical, but always remember, second condition, it's hypothetical at this moment. That means you can still change it, but you have to do something to
Mhm.
change it, right? So at
Yes,
this
yeah.
moment, you don't have a good communication with Bupa, but if you change it, your employees would. So it's possible to be changed, but of course, in the future, right? Right
Mhm.
now, this is impossible to be changed. You understand it?
Yes, yeah.
It's clear,
I get
right?
you.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
it's clear.
write down the structure. The structure is important. So the second condition is if plus past simple, would, could, might plus verb simple. And another important, formally, even for I, he, she, and it, in case of the verb to be, we use the plural form. So we say, if I were a manager. So we don't say if I was a manager. We can technically, but formally, this is correct. Okay, grammatically,
Oh,
this is
okay.
correct. If I were a manager, I would
I would
organize Bupa better. I don't know.
I
I don't know.
would cancel the boba.
Okay, there we go. I would cancel our contract with Bupa. Clear. Okay, you're very strict. Uh, that's it. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, you cannot do it obviously now, but who? Listen. Obviously, one day in the future, it is possible. It's not completely hypothetical. Like you don't talk about
Yes,
dragons and fairies, but you're talking at
yes.
this moment. It's
At this moment,
impossible.
yes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. At the moment, we have a agreement with them.
Yeah, but at this moment,
It
you're also
can,
not a manager, right?
yeah, I'm not a manager, and also we have agreement with them. But this
Exactly.
possible if we don't like have the
Yeah.
agreement,
Sometime in
or
the
if
future,
I
yeah.
want the promotion. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that this is not completely never impossible. Just at this
Mm.
moment, it's impossible.
Yes.
Sometime in the future, in a year or two or five, things can change, right? So it
Hmm.
important thing is to remember that it's not only a completely impossible things, but just at this moment, it's
At the
impossible.
meantime, yeah.
Okay, good. So you get it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is clear. Good.